Today's recording is a special one and is an interesting one as well because I've got Monty with me here in the studio and we're going to be talking about his journey so far. He's been in the personal training industry for 13 years. And not only that, he's also developed a platform for coaches, which is called the HoloCoach. So the purpose for this interview is to obviously go through his journey and then obviously get into the details of what he's developed, because obviously tech is what we are talking about. So welcome to the Recon podcast, with myself, Amandla. So before we even get into it, I just want you to introduce yourself and let us know what you do.
Yeah, so my name's Monty. I've been a personal trainer for 13 years, which is what you said. But I've actually been into sport my whole life. So, I mean, when I was super young, I started with football. I would get home from school and I would just kick a ball against the wall for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah.
I wanted to be like Ronaldinho. But by the time I was like 13, I realized that my football career was just not going to go anywhere. So I actually picked up a lot of martial arts. And by the time I was 17, I was teaching a lot.
Yeah.
And I was training a lot as well. And I was super, super into it. I think obsessed is probably a good word to describe it. But around the same time, I actually got into lifting weights. I think this is probably something that a lot of guys can relate to. I broke up with my first girlfriend when I was like 17, and I thought, right, I need to hit the gym. If I look great, then, I'll be all right. So I got really into lifting weights, and what I realized was that there are a lot of other people that wanted to know how to lift weights safely and for all different kinds of goals. So I was teaching martial arts at the time, and I started to move into doing some one-to-one PT.
Yeah.
And I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, very early on, I was really lucky. I got like a handful of clients, and some of them were coming in with injuries and they wanted to train because they had weight loss goals. And I really, really quickly fell in love with helping people exercise around injuries.
Yeah.
And helping them, achieve their goals despite whatever was going on with them in their life, things that happen at home, things that happen with their body, injury, that sort of stuff. So I really got into like personal training at a super young age. I know we can get into this a bit later, but I didn't go to university.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be a personal trainer. It's the only job I've ever had. Yeah. And I just loved it.
That's really good,
Yeah.
That's the only job you've ever had.
It's the only job. Well, I worked in a restaurant for about 2 weeks, but I got fired.
Just 2 weeks, isn't it?
I got fired because I had this festival booked, and I thought I booked it off work, and I didn't. And my manager called me up and said, "Hey, you're going to come to work?" And I was like, "Oh, no, I'm at this festival." And she says, "Well, either don't go or quit." And I was like, "Well, I quit."
So wait, you didn't get fired, you actually quit?
Well, I don't know. It was a little bit of fire and a little bit of quit.
Yeah,
it was a mutual thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
so it's literally the only job I've ever had. And I've had my ups and downs with it, because when you do the same thing day in, day out, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And I've had a real journey with it. But 13 years later, I'm loving it again. And I'm really having a good time with it.
I think we're going to go into the depth of the challenges that you face when you start your own personal journey, especially with personal training. But what is personal training in your opinion? Like, what is that? Because I'm not going to lie to you. I've been going to a gym recently, and I see people, a personal trainer comes upstairs almost all the time.
Yeah.
But anytime I see her, she's with another person. I've never seen her train.
Yeah.
So what is personal training? What is that?
Personal training is finding an exercise routine that someone can stick to. And there's a few different factors that are involved in that. So there's the human side of it, which is, if you've got someone that's going to be at the gym, you're going to turn up because you don't want to waste that person's time. You don't want to waste your money.
Yeah.
So there's like a huge accountability part of it. So a lot of people get a personal trainer because they struggle with holding themselves accountable to wanting to exercise regularly. But there's so many other reasons. So personal trainers help you with your technique.
Yeah.
So they make sure that you exercise in a way that really targets the muscles that you're trying to target. And that's super useful if you're trying to build muscle. They help you with your diet. So I think one of the biggest things that one of the biggest things that a personal trainer does is really help you become aware of your habits. And part of that is diet. A huge part of that is diet. And so when you're working with a trainer, they help you discover the habits that are holding you back and the behaviors, and helps you identify the behaviors that you need to basically do to, basically counter those habits and work towards a goal. So personal training is really about helping someone understand what they're trying to achieve, understand what's getting in the way of them achieving that, and then basically building a step-by-step plan to helping them get there.
That's great. That's great.
And holding their hand all the way.
Yeah, I think
that's really important.
I understand what personal training is now. But so my next question will be, what made you start move with Monty? What was the inspiration behind it? I know your first job was just for 2 weeks, and then you got into personal training. But at what point did you decide that, okay, I'm going to actually turn this into a business and build from there? What made you move with Monty?
Yeah, so let me be honest. I initially wanted to be a martial arts teacher.
Yeah,
it's the only thing I ever cared about. So I didn't care about school. I just did not pay attention in class. The only thing that I cared about from about the age of 13 was just learning martial arts.
Yeah.
I started off with karate, and I trained that for 5-6 years. And I just fell in love with finding all of these different styles of martial arts and just trying to be the best at all of them.
Yeah.
I used to watch a lot of Bruce Lee movies, and there's I think it's a trilogy now of some of Donnie Yen's stuff, and he wrote 3 movies or acted in 3 movies called Ip Man.
Yeah.
And then there's this one scene where he just sort of beats up 10 dudes, and I thought, right, that's the goal. So I thought that's what I really wanted to do. Is I wanted to train martial arts all the time. I mean, I was training 20 hours a week at one point when I was 16. It was not good for my joints, but and then I started teaching it. And what I realized was that, and this is the honest bit, I didn't see how I was going to build a career in teaching martial arts, because it just seemed it was such a high barrier. So, I could teach classes for people, but then I was always going to be working for someone. And what I really wanted to do was have my own school.
Yeah.
And that was my dream when I was 17. So, obviously I didn't know anything about business. I didn't understand, what it would even take to set up my own thing. And so what I realized was that probably wasn't going to be feasible. I wanted to keep training martial arts because I loved it myself. But I needed to just change my outlook a little bit to match what actually the people in front of me needed. And what the people in front of me needed was exercise guidance. And I was getting into bodybuilding at the time, and I thought, there's more that I can apply from lifting weights and doing bodyweight exercise to most people. Most people need to know just how to exercise and look after themselves and do some diet. But what that meant was that I've always had a really strong movement component, because I loved learning martial arts, and it gave me a really deep understanding for how the body moves. And that gave me a really good foundation for teaching people how to exercise. So what I became very good at quite quickly was, when an exercise was painful for someone or it didn't feel right, I was really good at understanding what wasn't feeling right and helping it feel right. My background in movement was basically the foundation of that. So that's kind of how I got obsessed with that. And really moved with Monty, 10 years later. Just, it sounds cool. But I love movement. That's really, really good, because the purpose of our podcast, the Recon podcast, is to actually get into the lives of people like yourselves who started businesses, and obviously you've diversified into tech as well. So we're gonna go and talk about HoloCoach now. Okay. Because that's exciting. Yeah. So I'll give you a little bit background of how I met you. SMB and Southern Capital put an event, and it's in partnership with UK Innovate. So they've got all these investors on board, and they've got people to come pitch their ideas. And after I heard you speak about your idea, I felt, that is something that would be really good for the personal training industry.
And I've not seen anything like that.
Yeah.
Based off what you said on when you got called up to, you know, present and pitch your idea.
And pitch my idea.
What is HoloCoach? Like, what made you go into that? Why HoloCoach?
Okay, so HoloCoach is a platform for trainers. What we're trying to do is empower trainers to use AI to help them support their clients.
Yeah.
As opposed to what a lot of the rest of the industry is trying to do, which is replace trainers using AI.
Yeah, yeah.
And I hate that. The idea that you know, these sort of tech guys can come into an industry that they don't know, to people that they don't understand, and they think they can swing some tech around and just basically, you know, destroy people's careers, people like myself. I just think it's arrogant, and it pisses me off. And so I've spent the last year really thinking about how can we actually use this tech to support what we're already doing.
Yeah.
And so what HoloCoach is a platform where trainers can have their own personal training AI assistant. So this came from where I'm at in my career. So I've been doing one-to-one for 13 years.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to the point where I'm basically fully booked. I don't want to take on more clients. I do like 25, 30 sessions a week.
Yeah.
And I genuinely cannot do any more to help people in a one-to-one capacity.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of trainers get to the position that I'm in where they're maxed out and they've got nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And so what happens is a lot of trainers will go towards educating other trainers, or telling other trainers how to grow their business. And I don't really fancy doing either of those things. I don't want to sell an online course of like how to grow your business.
Everyone's selling one now, isn't it?
Everyone's selling a business, and like I just, you know, how to make more money business, and that's not really kind of what I'm going for. I see a future where I can support more people without loading up my diary.
Yeah.
And I know that there's trainers out there who feel the same, that they've got nowhere to take their career. They can't onboard more clients, and they don't want to dilute the quality of what they're doing by just pumping out generic programs. I think that where AI is right now, it's very generic. So someone puts in what they need and they get a generic program, and you can try this on ChatGPT. You can put in a few things, what muscle groups you want to work, this sort of thing, and it will pump out a program for you. The problem is with that stuff is it's got no finesse. It's generic. It doesn't really understand the user with them. So we're trying to help trainers scale, but with style. You know?
So help me understand. So what HoloCoach is going to do is that you sign up to it, and then it takes your data, right? And then it models whatever training based on the data you've provided for it.
Exactly.
And then it will then translate that to the personal trainers, like customers or clients.
So I'll paint a scenario. So let's say that there's five different clients. They've all got different needs. One person is very beginner, wants to lose weight. The program needs to be written in a certain way for that person to get what they want and for them to feel like the workout is personalized to them. Another scenario, I won't lay out all five, but another scenario is someone who is in their, you know, early to mid 20s. They want to build muscle, and they want like a tough bodybuilding program. Another one is someone in their 40s have just had, you know, they've just come back to training. They've had like a 2-year break, and they need some way to ease back in, but they kind of know what they're doing. So the way that the industry currently works is that they will find an online program, and they will download it, and maybe there's some automated progression in there, and it's sort of done for them. But there's actually no way of them getting any sort of input in. There's no way of them updating that program based on what's going on with them in that time. So what I mean is when someone gets given a program, it doesn't change. Or it changes automatically, and that may not be appropriate for what that person needs. Every trainer has their own background. They have their own way of thinking about training.
Yeah.
And it's so much more nuanced than, ChatGPT can understand right now.
And it's going to be 24 hours. So once you get access to it, you just have it
exactly.
anytime, anywhere, any place.
And the way that it works is a trainer is looking after a client. They might only be able to afford to talk to that trainer once a month.
Yeah.
So what happens in the rest of that month? They've got a program, and the trainer has two options: leave the client to it and just hope for the best, and then check in with them once a month, or basically give them their WhatsApp number, and then they have to text them throughout the whole month, and it's just too much.
Yeah.
So trainers are overloaded and can't scale their one-to-one support, and there's a huge amount of people out there that actually can't afford regular personal training.
Yeah.
So this is where the AI bit comes in. So the AI bit.
Okay. So what are some of the peculiar functions of the app then? Like what stands out? Like what will make somebody say, I want to be a part of, HoloCoach, I want to download the app and get all my customers to, move on to the app. Like what are the functionalities that makes it stand out?
Yeah. So there's a few different things. The first one is the speed that it writes you a phone.
Yeah.
So the client now has a completely customized, personalized program, and they're able to follow it. So that's the basics.
Because that would be interesting.
The
time for when that comes up.
This is probably about a year.
A year, okay.
Probably about a year.
Yeah.
It's super technical.
Yeah.
It's super technical.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's I've got a co-founder. He's brilliant. And we're just getting into a point where we're looking to raise.
Yeah.
And it's exciting, and it's a complex project.
So how much are you guys looking to raise?
Probably about $500,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to build a prototype for.
It's to scale it.
Okay.
Essentially, it's to enable coaches to. It's basically to build out the back end.
Yeah.
It's very complex, and to make sure that the front end on the mobiles just works seamlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a monster project.
Yeah.
It's marketing. I mean, we're focusing super heavy on product.
Yeah. Important.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the VCs of YC says if you have to overspend on marketing, you've failed at product.
Yeah.
So we're super heavy on product right now.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's such a loud industry. It's so saturated.
Yeah.
You need marketing budget.
Absolutely.
We're 4 coaches, and so I think when the word gets out, and when trainers feel that, when they feel these tech guys coming in, and trying to replace, we'll be there. That's what we're going for.
Will your models be trained to train themselves?
That's a good question. I think there's certain elements of it. So the diet stuff, the food diary analysis stuff, taking photos of your food and that sort of thing, it's not an area that trainers want to basically spend loads of time on. And so there's parts of that training models is super useful. Yeah. The thing that I don't want to do is train the models on what the coaches are doing. Yeah, I think
then it goes back to what you don't really like.
Then it's about replacing. I hate that.
Yeah.
I just think it's a wrong way of thinking, and I think it's a greedy way of thinking. I want to keep it pure. I want trainers in the front and AI in the back. Yeah. And I think that's
trainers in the front, AI in the back. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's the way I want to keep it.
Yeah. Have you collaborated with other trainers as well? Have you shared it with them how they're finding the app and stuff like that?
Yeah. So we're working with about 5 trainers at the moment. Okay. And it's very early stage. Yeah. So they're testing out with a few of their clients. So we've got they've each got 10 to 15 clients that they're looking after. Yeah. and we're just getting it to the point where we're about to push it out to market. So at the moment, it's in a closed beta.
Yeah.
And we're just about to launch in September. So it's around the corner, and it's a bit of pressure.
I would love to talk about it once it's launched in September.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I've got a personal trainer that I'll introduce you to as well.
Okay.
She's got a really good community, so maybe if you speak to her, you guys, you could
that'd be
get
cool.
people to test it out as well and see how it goes.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
So let's go back into the finances. Obviously, I know you guys are looking for half a mil to obviously to get it to scale it. What are the challenges in trying to raise these finances? Have they been smooth? Like what? Because I know. For example, we're developing certain products. We're developing a veterinary app. We're working on an R3T news app, and it's been quite challenging actually getting investors to come on board. So what are the challenges like? Has it been easy for you?
Yeah, I mean, so there's a few different things that are going on. The landscape for VC is a bit barren at the moment, particularly in the UK. So there's a lot of economic changes that are going on, and that's putting people on a bit of a squeeze. So there's that sort of like wider scale stuff that's happening. So the difficulty that we had was, okay, it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. We need to show people enough for them to be like, I get it.
Yeah.
But we needed enough money to develop that. And we've just gotten to a critical point where we've got the money, or we've got some money, and we've developed enough of a prototype, we've developed enough of an MVP, and we're just starting to get some traction. And that feels so good. And it's been super tough because you can't show somebody something that's in your head,
correct,
and that doesn't exist yet.
So
it's just been a bit of a battle. Like we've been super frugal. Like what is the bare minimum thing that we need to develop just to show people the next stage, to get the next bit of cash that's gonna bring in the next bunch of features that's gonna and it's just been so iterative. And it's been super hard actually. The last year has been I think I picked up a couple more wrinkles this year. So but we're just at a point now where it's about to kick off, and I'm nervous because it's ambitious. But I'm also super excited because I see the future of the industry. And I want to take on the responsibility. I want my responsibility to make sure that the industry is supported. And so I feel like I've taken a big weight on my shoulders, and that I feel like I have a responsibility to the trainers, to the industry, and to people. And I want to make something that's so high quality that is empowering and not disruptive. Tech is hailed as being disruptive. And I think that's shit. I don't think that's good. And I don't think it's something to be proud of. And I think it can be empowering. And so I'm taking on that responsibility to make sure that happens.
That's great. I'm looking forward to September, to be fair. Have you considered all the legals involved? Because sometimes when you're developing, the excitement makes you not look into what is allowed in places. And, stuff like that. Have you had a look?
So
at all?
there's some interesting tech around something called a digital passport, and this is what we want to implement into our platform. That you can basically take your data off whenever you want. Encryption's important. Anonymous data, absolutely. The data that we store is to support users in achieving their goals. And what a digital passport does, it allows you to basically store all of your data locally, and you can basically take it off the platform at a click of a button. And I think this is important because AI is super smart, and I think people need to be protected. And I think security is important.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So obviously, we spoke about the VC, like in the UK. A lot of anytime I speak to a lot of founders and startup like founders, they tell me about how dead it is. Like there's nothing, there's no motion in it, and the money that you probably get for an idea that is global is not compared to America, is completely negligent. So have you explored like trying to pitch to investors in America? Well, to see, like, because for example, an idea that can give you £1 million in the UK, in America you probably get like 100 million for
it's like at least
10x. So have you explored that at all?
So I'm good friends with a couple of VCs out in the States, which is good and bad, because I'm very close with them. They teach me a lot,
because they are sharks as well, isn't it?
So I mean, fuck man, they're so sharp. Sorry. They're so sharp. Like, VCs are so quick at figuring out where the holes are. What's not going to work. What haven't you thought through? And, you really got to be on top of it. We haven't explored VCs in States yet. There's one or two, again, that, like I said, that we're talking to. But I think we need to get our grassroots in the UK. So we're working with UKRI, UK. It's a UK innovation scheme, backed by UK government. And we're working with a lot of grants, and we're bootstrapping essentially. And we're trying to push it as far along as we possibly can, to make sure that we get a fair valuation. And that's super important, because otherwise, big money comes in, and until you're super far along, people want a big cut. People want a big slice of the pie.
100%.
And so we're protective of that. So we're on grants at the moment. We're just about to start work with a prominent university in the UK. We've got the best VFX department in the UK, and a huge sports campus as well. So they're really excited to work with us, and we are too. And so we're staying UK to start.
That's good.
And we're gonna do our pre-seed here. And then we'll look at our seed.
Have you obviously, I know you're working with like UKRI or whatever, but have you thought of other avenues as well, like crowdfunding and things like
crowdfunding? So crowdfunding is easier when you've got something to show someone. I think. I mean, obviously that's not true for everything. I think we want to show people and let the product do the talking. And I think that's really important, because when you're working with AI, trust is something that is a big thing. And I think, there's a huge element of, human psychology that trusts people. And so we want to show people, we want to show the industry that we are for trainers. And we want to make sure that comes across in our product. And so when I'm happy with that, and when I feel like we're doing a good job of representing trainers' interests and supporting clients with a high quality product, then we'll push to crowdfunding. And once we get to crowdfunding, we'll be looking to onboard more trainers, build out the platform, build out the features, and make sure that we really make something that is a good thing.
What will it take for you to accept a trainer on the platform?
I think number one is passion. I think if you love exercise as much as I do, and I think it's not just about loving exercise yourself. You actually need to enjoy helping people, and I think that's really important, because I think there's a lot of trainers, and I was guilty of this myself, that get into the industry because they love exercising themselves. And that's good, but it can't end there. A good trainer is training a client with their client's interests at heart. And I think that level of integrity is something that I look for. When was the last time you really gave a shit about your client and really worked hard on their programming and really thought about how you're delivering your sessions, I think that's really important. So, passion about exercise, passion about movement is essential.
Yeah.
But the thing that I really want to vibe with and connect with is other people that care about helping other people as much as I do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I mean, those two criteria.
It's exciting because I like the fact that it's going to be 3D. I like the fact that it's going to be an app that you can actually use to take pictures of food, and then you'll be able to calculate the calories in the food.
Yeah,
I know there are apps that are specifically designed just for that. So for it to be something included in the personal training with 3D options available, that makes it like bigger than it is.
It should feel like you've got it should feel like you've got your personal trainer in your pocket.
Yeah.
Personal
trainer in your pocket.
Yeah,
really.
It's your trainer.
This is exciting, and I've really enjoyed this conversation. Before we go, because I know we've been talking for some time now. Before we go, what do you foresee for the future? Like, what are your? I know we've spoken about a lot, but what do you want to see? Like after September, what do you want to see?
What do you want
to see? The scale, the growth, everything. What do you
scale the growth? Oh my god. Gosh, how do I answer that? How do I see the scale and the growth? I want trainers to have more clients.
Yeah.
I want those clients to not feel like they're just another number.
Yeah.
And I want to transform the industry in how clients are supported when they're not with their trainer.
Yeah.
I think that's really important, and the way that I see that working is that on a scale, people are connecting with trainers that they feel represent them, and that they feel like they can they feel like there's an affinity with that trainer. I want people to be able to connect with trainers that feel like that's someone that I want to look up to. That's someone that I want to train with.
Yeah.
And I want trainers to be able to service them even if they can't afford them.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. So there's a middle ground where at the moment trainers are stuck in one-to-one or providing generic programs where trainers can look after 200 clients at a time.
Yeah.
But without just pieing the clients off with a generic program and not really supporting them. And so I see trainers with more clients and those clients actually feeling like they're getting looked after. And I want to take that globally.
Yeah.
We're going to start in the UK.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And what will be there? How are you going to charge for it? There was a system for like accepting payment and things like that?
Yeah. So the trainer will have a revenue split. So so the client will pay.
Yeah.
The client is paying for an online program, which is supervised by humans and supported by AI, and we're looking at about £20 a month.
Yeah.
And so, what you'll get is, some human support, and then an AI coach that looks after you until the next time you meet.
Yeah.
So we're looking at around $20 a month.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. So
considering you're gonna get 3D, you're gonna get
you get 3D, you get AI,
food and all of
food,
that.
everything.
Yeah.
So the purpose of it is to be affordable, and it's to support trainers.
Yeah.
And so there'll be a revenue split. The trainers will get income.
Yeah.
And the clients will be paying for that, and we'll take a cut.
Yeah.
to make sure that we can, develop the features that we need, and that we can make sure that the trainer's style is properly represented. So, yeah.
Is there anything that I've not covered that you want to touch on as well?
You can't replace trainers.
Yeah.
Nothing beats in person, and if you can't afford in person, you should still get support.
Yeah.
And the support that's being given today is not good enough.
Yeah.
And we're trying to change that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supervised by humans, supported by AI.
Yes.
HoloCoach.
Yes.
This has been a great conversation with Monty. This episode of the podcast was brought to you by Recon Tech, which is a managed service providing company. They develop websites, they develop applications, they help in marketing as well. I don't usually use ChatGPT. I use what I call Intelligent AI, which is also an AI platform. So yeah, check these out. And it's been a pleasure having Monty with me in the studio today.
Thanks.
This is the first episode of the series with Recon Podcast. And it's exciting. Thank you for coming.
One honor. Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to getting it launched in September. Let us know, and we'll definitely get our people to jump
you're the
on
first
it.
ones.
Yeah, I'll be happy to introduce you to the personal trainer I know.
Please.
Yeah.
That would be
Thank you
awesome.
very much, Monty.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you.